Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to episode 1 of Mr. King Avoids Quarantine Boredom. On today's episode, we're going to talk about Minecraft. All right, let's jump in. Take you through one of my builds that I'm working on here. We're going to check out this one here. All right, we'll go right there. Click on that. Okay, here we go. All right, now we're down. Yay! Oh, I'm going to drink some of that stuff. All right, there we go. All right, cool. All right, so today we're going to talk about the football stadium that I've been working on in Minecraft. I started building this one over Thanksgiving. Oh my goodness, the lag here is ridiculous. Okay, here we go. So there's a lot of lag, as you can see here, mostly because of the size of this build, but also partly because my computer's from 2012. So, you know, it's now pretty old. Like 8 years is kind of old for a computer, so sorry about that. But we'll do the best we can dealing with the lag. Obviously, when I'm working on this, I don't do render distance as far. I usually do normal or short, just so that I don't have to deal with the lag. But trying to show you guys stuff, so we're going to have a little bit of lag going on today, but that's all right. So I'm going to give you a quick flyby of what's going on here. We've got a stadium here, obviously. Working on this one since November, started it over Thanksgiving break. Just kind of had the idea, I'll just do something with my time, and so started working on this. It's been many hours so far in the making of this. It's all I'll take you through as many layers as I can to kind of show you far. So I'm going to start in the basement here, if I can drop down. Bloop. And as we're kind of underneath things right now, because I'm going to start in the sub-basement, so I'll drop down one more. Oh, not quite there. Okay, where is the sub-basement? Is it here? Ah, here it is. Aha! The sub-basement. All right, so I wanted to make it as genuine as possible, close to a real football stadium. So I went ahead and dug out where you would normally see tunnels and truck entrances and all kinds of stuff. You've been to Cowboy Stadium if you've been in the band. I think we went there a couple years ago. Underneath the stadium, there's a whole labyrinth of these tunnels and stuff that goes under there. So I wanted to be as true as possible to what a real stadium would be. So I've got a nice tunnel system. This goes all the way around underneath the stadium and our sub-basement layer. Eventually, I may build that out and put some ramps in there, some access points, as if a semi were going to go in there or whatever. Our regular basement level, this is directly beneath the ground floor. As you can see here, this is kind of the wall of the field. And if we were to break through that, I'll kind of chop through it for a second here. Now you see we're right under the field here, and most football stadiums actually have a layer underneath the field where they can remove the turf and add in a different field. At least modern stadiums do. So I was like, yeah, I'll put something down here. No really reason for this to be here because you would never see this, but it did take a long time. I had to dig all this out. That was annoying. All right, moving on. Going our way up. I think I had broken a hole up here somewhere, but I'll just break another one, I guess. I'm right here. I'm gonna go up here. Woo! All right, so now to the ground floor. It was pretty tedious building these bowl layers, as you can see. I had to kind of start with just, oh my goodness, the lag. I'm literally dying. Okay, here we go. Had to start with basically just a single layer staircase, something kind of like this. Just build it up like this, and I started off obviously just an arbitrary height. That's like, how high do I want to go? And then you would just extend these rows out like this. And that's I did that for like a long time. I'm not gonna blow this stuff up because that's not gonna go there. But yeah, so that was basically how I started. I just built one block, and then I put some stairs on top of it, and then I built that out, and I created the lower bowl, and I decided, let's do 2 layers. And I've got a whole bunch of things in progress. You can see here I've got kind of some beam structure that I've been working on. Some of that's obviously been destroyed accidentally over time. I'll need to replace that. Oh, we got a rendering error right here. Look at that, it's nothing. Okay, it's back. But it is a full bowl, as you can see here, so plenty of work still to be done to finish the bowl. Let me fly inside so we can kind of take a look at what's going on in there. The lower level, I've got entrances completed all the way around, separated fairly regularly, as you can see all the entrances there. Upper level, I'm still trying to decide exactly how I want to do that, so this is as yet unfinished on the upper level. There's actually quite a bit that's not finished on here. My goodness, the rendering is ridiculous because of the amount of blocks. We're dealing with hundreds of thousands of blocks already here. I've got a press box that I'm working on right now. That's about half done. I've got a roof or a domed ceiling that I'm working on right now. That's about half done. I'll kind of fly up there so you can see what I've got going on here. I've got the full skeleton ready to go on the roof. I just need to fill it in. And what I'll do basically, oh my goodness, the lag. Yeah, just pro tip for anybody who's thinking about doing something like this. I would not get a 2012 computer if I were buying one today. Yeah, so I've got these. I'm just going to fill these in. And it just, at this point, it's just busy work. It's just filling in blocks. One thing I do appreciate about the busy work, though, is it's pretty mindless work. So it lets me catch up on my audiobooks. I'm a big fan of just listening to as many books as possible. I really enjoy doing that while also doing this. This is kind of a way to keep my brain occupied during the day so I can listen to the audiobooks and get the stories there, but also I'm able to do this, and it's kind of fun. So that's kind of a tandem thing that I like to do, sort of filling up time. So up here on the ceiling, kind of got a duo thing that I'm going to do. This is going to be filled in with white wool, this major section there, and then the corners I'm filling in with glass blocks to kind of let in a little bit of natural light. All right, so working my way down now, I'll kind of take you to this other end of the stadium, which is kind of the cool end. You can kind of see down here. I'll fly down towards them. On field level, I've got some lower boxes. That was kind of inspired by the field level boxes they have at Cowboys Stadium, which you've probably seen those. At least if you watch the game on TV, you've probably seen some of that. A quick sidebar. So I've got some fence posts with pressure plates. I kind of thought that looked like a table. I thought that was a cool idea. I took a long time trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with the seats in here. There's 50,000 seats, which is a lot of seats. I ended up using hoppers. I thought they, from a distance especially, looked most like a folded up seat. I had a couple of other ideas that I went through. I tried using this exact setup of pressure plates to fence posts, but that was going to be too tedious because it was 2 things per seat instead of 1 item per seat, and that was just going to take twice as long. So hoppers is what I landed on. All right, heading over this direction if it will render, which it is not. Oh, here we go. Come on. All right, so going to the other end zone over here, and I'll kind of fly you up. This is where we have our video board. You may have caught a glimpse of that earlier. I'm getting you up close here so you can see these are all just a bunch of little blocks, like pixels, if you will, on the screen. And from up close, they don't really, it just looks like a bunch of nothing. And I'm kind of flying you around here. But as I'm going to back up a little bit, and you'll see what I did was I took a picture of Dak Prescott, and then I took it onto Photoshop, and I cut that image down to the exact resolution that I have on this board. It's something like 180 blocks across by 80 blocks tall, something like that. So I made a picture of Dak Prescott into exactly that resolution, and then I zoomed in as much as I could so I could see pixel by pixel what color I would need to match. And so I started up in this corner, and it's like, all right, that pixel's kind of reddish brownish. All right, we'll go with that color, and so on and so forth, all the way across and all the way down until eventually, and it doesn't look great zoomed up close, but once you back out, you're like, oh yeah, that kind of looks like Dak Prescott. So I'm actually pretty pleased with how that turned out. That's probably the coolest thing so far. Let's see here. Sidebar for all the band kids out there who are right now shaking their heads. Mr. King plays creative mode. It's true. I play creative. Oh my goodness, the lights turned off. I play creative mode. I've had survival mode games before on Minecraft, but I find it annoying that I have to eat stuff, and I can't fly, and I can't just build infinitely of whatever I want to build. So that's why I've chosen to do most of my Minecraft playing on creative mode. It's a little easier for me to kind of get by things and not have to deal with the tedium of actually mining stuff. I just do the crafting. I guess the way that I play it, it's not Minecraft, it's just craft. But you know what? Whatever. I'm enjoying it. A little bit. Anyway, so let's take you towards the outside of the arena. My goodness, this is just taking a long time to load. That's kind of the downside to making a build of this size. There's so many blocks that it takes a long time to render some of these groupings of pixels. All right, so working on the outer wall here. I believe this is just kind of a random number, but I think it's 110 blocks high. And the full perimeter is something like 1,500 blocks. So mathing that out, it's quite a few blocks I'm going to have to fill in here. I've got to kind of start on it, and I can't just spend all day doing this because I would be more bored than sitting here doing nothing, just building up these rows. It's just very tedious to do this. So I do a little bit each day, and then I go and work on something that's a little bit less mind-numbing than this. But eventually I'll have to complete this all the way around. I've got the, you can see here the line that I've got drawn there, and that goes, the line is completed all the way around. So I know the skeleton, the footprint of what I've got to fill in. I just need to spend some time filling it in. Yeah, speaking of filling it in, there's quite a bit of stuff that needs to be filled in. Like this whole section of ground right here is going to have to be replaced with carved or chiseled quartz, I think is what I'm using here. There's just a lot of work still to be done. I would say if I were going to put a percentage on what I've done, I've probably got 30% of this done, maybe less. Oh boy, I don't know. I've got a lot of work still to do. But I've got a lot of time probably to work on it still. So yeah, good news, bad news combination there. A lot of stuff to do, but plenty of time to work on it. Yeah, so that's kind of basically the tour of the stadium that I'm working on right now. I've got a couple other Minecraft builds that I've worked on over the years. Maybe in future videos I'll show you some of those. Maybe you guys have some stuff that you're working on too. Maybe you could share those videos. I'm sure everyone in the band has something that they're doing to try to keep from being too bored. This is just one of the things that I've been working on to keep from being too bored. All right, guys. We'll see you around. Thanks.